NNoitora is a flawed character, and I'm not talking about in terms of, oh, he's bottom tier, he's high tier, he's blah, 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 blah. We're talking about problems with his game plan and how they made him and some weird stuff that's been going on. I've been wanting to get off my chest for this character for a while. So if y'all want to sit down and let me talk to you about it, go ahead. I'm going to get this part out the way before I break everything down. I'm basically saying basic NNoitora is better than 6 arms, 4 arms, armed NNoitora. And if y'all stick around, we're going to talk about that. I'm going to explain everything and what I think about this character since I've been playing him since launch. Tap in. Let's get it. Let's go. Alright, so we are now over here in the training room. Now, if y'all pulled up to my streams the last couple of days, before I get my matches started, I don't like train any or anything. Well, I mean, clearly I train and lab, but it's not like I boot up and like warm up before I go in the ring. I boot up and see if I can find an answer to the weird stuff that goes on. I found a few recently. If you've been in my videos, you've heard me bring it up multiple times or bring up these problems at least once. So there's not too many NNoitora players out there, like mains out there. Everybody else just command grab this big armor, this big button that. I actually like to play my character to the fullest potential. Not throwing everybody else out there, but like I think I am a NNoitora player. So if y'all want more of that, come holla at me. But let's talk about some of these problems that he has that makes it feel mad. That makes him feel mad. Like what is going on or what is the point? So before we get into this, real quick, just want to let y'all know we are at 168 follows on the Twitcherooski. We only need 2 more, so if y'all want to come and help a brother out, I would appreciate that. Like, comment, and subscribe, all that good stuff on here. Yeah, stick around if y'all feel any of these things. Let me know what y'all think. But we're gonna get into this right now. The first one I'm going to bring up, I truly believe basic NNoitora, this one right here, is actually way stronger than 4-arm him. Alright, or armed. I don't know what to call him. I'm just calling him arms. But armed NNoitora, if you want to know, I'm going to break it down. You lose consistency and utility when you awaken. And I don't think that that's what they want you to do with this character. I don't think that you're supposed to, like, lose stuff, because you're supposed to become better. They even say he stays the same, just better. But he technically becomes worse, technically. So we're gonna get into this real quick. I'm gonna talk about this right here. This one kind of irks me. This right here. So if you guys watch my gameplay, this will be in my NNoitora guide when I make it. When you do this, you can cancel into this, right? Now I usually say you don't want to combo this, because your damage will be scaled. You don't want to do that. So if you watch my gameplay, I always have a setup where I do this. Bam, hold. And now they have to guess between, if they move, they get hit if I let it go faster. But if they have, like, if they try to dodge it and I let it go faster than they think, they get clipped. If they get scared and they're like, I'm not going to dodge that because he hit me the first couple of times, I can hold it and now it becomes unblockable. I do this in my gameplay all the time. The problem with this setup is once you are awakened, you cannot cancel this anymore. You cannot cancel this anymore. So now this setup is gone. Your mind game damage is now gone. I don't even know. Let me see. I don't think I've tried it off lights, but let's see. Yeah, you can't use this at all. And this isn't like a super big one. Like, I don't stress this one. You lose this setup. Now you have to do stuff like this. It doesn't work. They'll hit you out of this. No problem. So, this one isn't a big one. I do like this move. I like this move a lot. It kind of sucks that you lose this setup. But this just adds to my... You lose your utility. You lose a lot of utility when you transform into this. So that's one of the smaller problems. Let's get into the big one. Alright, so this situation has to do with... If you guys did not know, this is something, I mean, if you've been here, you've heard me bring this one up a lot of the time. It's the Gin and NNoitora issue, if you hear me. So, there's another thing about consistency. So, I got him set to block, punish, right? Bam, and you flash step. You're too slow. Now, bam, you do your punish, right? And bam, that's how you do that. Now, NNoitora has this problem, and I say this every time. this adds to why he loses to zoners and gets nothing off of them, is this happening. Yep. You're now whiffing, and this is too slow to punish. Now, I finally found out why this happened. I finally found this out. You lose your flash step punish when you awaken. It's because your light changes, where he kicks straight to the side, then up at an angle. This feels unfair when you finally flash step that zoner keeping you out, and you get this. In a lot of my videos, you'll see me do this. That doesn't do anything, because his throw kind of sucks. Well, it does suck, because all you get is a red slash, but I shouldn't have to delay throw. And to be real, they're just going to throw back. If they're mashing throw, they'll hit you out of the light or anything else. So you kind of, if they're smart enough, you kind of do this. I fought NNoitora just yesterday, and he was flash stepping a lot of stuff. So what did I do? I just mashed throw after. Like, you'll hit him. A lot of NNoitoras don't expect this, so you're just going to throw him out of it. But once again, this is stuff that I don't think is on purpose. When you hit them with this bam bam, look how far this goes. Look how far this goes. It goes about the same range as his 6-arm version. Now the problem with this one is that, look at this, natural combo, right? Natural combo. This is another one that adds to why basic NNoitora is better than Awaken. So when you're in 6 arms and you do the same thing, the animation is different. He leaps forward, right? That happens. That right there happens. You'll start whiffing if you hit them at the tip range. It is like, now you're inconsistent with your big buttons. Now they're escaping stuff because of that. And I don't think it's because it doesn't reach. I think they go over it. I believe they go over it because you swing downward. In a match, this makes a big difference. This makes a huge difference. This can turn the game around. Because people will wake up and just throw you. People will wake up, throw you, or you spend all that time getting in, now they're just going to backdash and you got whiff recovery, so you're kind of just stuck here. While we're on this one, I might as well bring this up. When you do this flash step, when you do this, sometimes they can block it. Unawakened. Sometimes they can block it. When you do that, in the middle of it, that last hit, they'll block it. I don't know how to fix that one. I don't know what causes that one. I have to figure that one out soon. Yeah, this consistency problem, it makes it really hard to get your damage off. You're probably like, oh, we'll just replace it with a flash step and you'll be good. I shouldn't have to do that. Because if you want to know, if I do replace it with a flash step, I have 4 to 6 arms for lower damage. Which is not supposed to be at all the character. Now, this is the stuff about his game plan. These are the big ones. I'm going to wrap this up soon. These are the really big ones. First one we got is obviously signature recovery. You get punished a lot more often. It's very rare for me to fight a character who can't punish this for me just activating it. Because you can't do it in a combo. And that happens a lot. You probably thinking, oh, well, you have big buttons. You have big buttons, so you're not going to be able to do that. No, like, I've practiced Yoruichi can do like 3 dashes in and fully get a medium punish. Kenpachi, even though his movement is bad, he can actually dash forward and do that little lunge move. Or he can just cash out on 50 bar or whatever. So I don't know if they want that. This one, it's not too bad. It makes it really hard when you're like an armored character who can't even get armor. But the big problem with this is this. The armor has so much startup that you can't use any of your moves to really armor it. Honestly, the most armor you can pray for is this, which I have no problem with armor on this. It's all good. But when you're a grappler, that's what he is. He's a grappler. Yeah, that's exactly what he is. And you have armor for moves that you can get hit out of really easily, I think makes no sense. This, I said when the game released, I think this should be armored by default. To be honest, I know that's like a weird to say. Let me know what y'all think about this one. I'm only saying that because this move is actually really slow. But here's the problem with the armor. You can't buffer any of your moves. So, once again, set to punish. You can't do anything with the armor as a grappler who's supposed to be point blank. Well, not even point blank, but who's supposed to be up close. And we're about to talk about that one in a second. So, this just feels dumb. Now, you're probably thinking, oh, well, you know, why does all these gotta be armored? I don't think all the moves should have the same armor startup. For example, with this being a charge move, I think this should start up later, so it can be a more defensive charge option. You like, there's no reason to oh well, I can't do that, but like do this. But there is a reason to do this. You know, you're a mix-up character. That's the whole point. Bankai Ichigo, yes, his is different. You can't combo off of his throat. You might be able to, I actually don't know. But his grab is really good because it looks like his regular slash. You can't spam it if you ask me, because you can dodge it, you can backdash it. But the difference is like, it's the same for him, but I'm the grappler. I should have the better throw, which I do because I can do like this with my throw and stuff. But for Ichigo to not have the unblockable in his game plan is very weird to me, because his feels very well placed. Like he can do like a light into his. We can't. But this is the biggest one. It's this move. This move right here. I think this needs to be fixed. I don't think it's supposed to be like this. So you're like, what are you talking about? It's probably the most highest damaging. I think it is the most highest damaging command grab in the game. Does half life before Spirit Drive. Spirit Drive pretty much leaves you on one hit until red. Here's my biggest problem with this move. When it does this animation right here, this, like about right here, you can buffer your button. About right here, you can buffer your button. It just to hit me out of it. This, I know training mode is different because they're going to punish frame 1. But the problem with this is, when you do this move, when you do this command grab, they can just mash throw during that animation. It happens all the time. They can mash throw or button during this animation. There's no way to set this up at all. There's like no real way to set this up. And I don't understand the point of that. Let's say you try to do like some type of light reset. Now with the pushback, it's like something like this. They can just challenge it on spot. Like, you'd have to be really spaced for that to work. And that's not because of spacing, which, if you're going to have to space out a button, what is the point of the armor? To be fair, like, what is the point of the armor? Alright, the best way I can say this, I know I worded weird, there's some after editing thoughts. The best way I can say this is, Shinji's command grab is unseeable high damage. The only way you know he's going to command grab is if you're up close. So, I think that's kind of weird. Also the same for Dangai Ichigo. That's what I'm trying to say. And Dangai's goes really far, and your best bet is backdash it, but you can feel it by how they approach. The difference with his is he has an armor to back up his command grab. What is the point of the armor if you're going to be able to mash against it? That's what I'm trying to say. If y'all got this far in the video, let me know what y'all think so far. We back at it. Yeah, see that? See that? You never get this command grab off because of that. That's why you only see me do it in punishes. That's the only situation you can use this command grab in. Because you can just buffer the button during that animation. It happens every time. You don't... Even with people who don't know what NNoitora does, are able to throw you out of this. Like, I don't understand the point of that. I'm not even saying no. Like, NNoitora actually did get nerfed because of how much recovery you got. And the armor startup. Because his armor was not this slow to start up on early game. I don't count the, but like, the difference is I don't count them making it where his armor goes away when he takes damage, because that's not a bug, that's a fix. I mean, yeah, because that's not like a tool for the character, it's just a fix, because they already said, hey, we're going to make it where his armor goes away on hit, or when he takes damage. And, even then, I still wanted that, but all the extras that came with it, with the armor startup, and taking so long to active, well, not even long, but having more recovery than the startup on this, like, that's what it is. I think if y'all want me to give some type of answers, his armor activation probably should have more startup, but less recovery. You could get hit out of activating it, But when it's there, it's there. You let me do it. It should be one of those moves, not a, oh, I let you see me activate it, and now I'm getting punished. Like, because there's no other way, and I practice this, trust me, I lab this out. There is no way. The only way to set up armor in a combo is if you just do this. That's the fastest way to activate your armor. The only way to safely do it is if you do this. They don't recover in time. That's the only situation that I can think of, though. Now, this video was not supposed to be this long, but this is just something that I felt like needs to be addressed, at least when the character balancing goes off, because if you're supposed to be an armored grappler who can't grab or uses armor, then honestly, NNoitora is just a big button character, and that's it. A high damage big button character, I guess. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Let me know if y'all think that these should be fixed, if he should be left alone. Do y'all think that basic NNoitora is weaker than 6 arms, 4 arms? Because some matchups, like the zoning matchup, it's hard to know if you want to activate or not, because if you don't activate, you can punish them with flash steps. But if you do activate, you lose that, but you're taking stocks and all that good stuff. So, or the usual, if you're playing a very neutral range character and you do this and this happens, y'all think that should happen? Let me know what y'all think. But like I said, catch me on the stream at twitch.tv/SWNKYJEE, Swanky, and Chi. We only need 2 followers. We're glad to have you there. I may not have the most consistent schedule, but you will have a consistent good time if you pull up in there. You feel me? Y'all be smooth. When a dragon's confronted, it breathes fire. And deuce.